right, it's 6 o'clock. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you would stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, welcome everyone. Madam Clerk, if you would call the roll, please.
Trustee Carter?
Present.
Trustee Mariscal? Trustee Kazan?
Present.
Trustee Gett?
Present.
Trustee Weisenberg?
Present.
Trustee DeVore?
Present.
Okay, good to see everyone. We would be at the approval of the departmental minutes on Tuesday, October 6, 2020. I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
I make
So
a
moved.
second.
In a second, okay. Any questions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. We would be at comments from the audience. Anyone who would like to address the board tonight, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and try and keep your remarks under 5 minutes. Anyone here tonight to address the board? Going once, going twice. Comments from the audience are closed. We'll go to old business. Any old business come before the board? None tonight? Okay. Right into new business. The first is building maintenance. It's a discussion of an electrical proposal in the amount of $5,300 for City Hall generator circuits. I'd ask for a motion to approve this. So Trustee Mariscal is absent. If I get somebody to approve this, please.
I'll make a motion.
In a second?
Second.
All right, thank you. Dustin, will you explain this, please?
Sure, this is a proposal for our current generator here at Village Hall. The generator we currently have ran the police and fire department both. Obviously, with the police department moving to another building, it's just, right now, it's just used for the fire department. This is a proposal to hook up Village Hall to this generator, so kind of came to my attention the last outage that we have a nice generator that we purchased from ETSB about 5 years ago. That probably, I know we've been kicking this can down the road for years, getting this connected, but I think that it's time to, we got a nice piece of equipment out there that's probably only using a quarter of its usage. So I'm recommending that this is money well spent, hook up the entire Village Hall, and an outage, we'll have a backup generator.
Thank you. Questions? All right. If you're ready for the question, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Carter?
Aye.
Trustee Kazan?
Aye.
Trustee Gett?
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg?
Aye.
Trustee DeVore?
Aye.
All right, thank you. That passes. Anything else, Chief, under building maintenance?
Was it an action item, or it
Nothing.
says discussion on there? Does that matter? It said discussion, it didn't say an action item, so I don't.
Well, so we're sending this to the board for final action.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Trustee Carter. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, all these items, I believe, tonight in front of us will be to send to the board for action there.
Okay.
Thank you for correcting me.
No,
all the
no,
rest
they
of them
say,
say
no,
action.
we're
I
action.
think there are, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking ahead now. There are some action items, but that one was to send to the board.
Okay.
So we would be at economic development with Trustee Kazam. So yes, this is an action item. Recommendation and approval of extension for MK Enterprises beautification grant. Trustee Kazam, I'd ask for a motion to approve that.
I make a motion to approve this.
In a second?
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Trustee
This is
Kazam.
really just a paperwork issue. They need an extension of time, so they are in compliance with their grant application. It was originally dated March 30th, 2020, and they need a little bit more time.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, if you're ready for the question, Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Carter?
Aye.
Trustee Kazan?
Aye.
Trustee Gett?
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg?
Aye.
Trustee DeVore?
Aye.
Thank you. And then another action item, the Village of Peoria Heights Trailhead Grant Proclamation of Support. Trustee Kazam, I'd ask for a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve this.
And Trustee Weisenberg, second.
Second.
Okay, go ahead, trustee Kazam.
So we actually read the proclamation at last week's meeting, but we did not have it, unfortunately, as an action item on that agenda. So I will not read the proclamation again this evening, but we do have it in our packets so we can read it. And this is an action item, we are now applying for a grant. The deadline is November 2nd, and this is a non-binding vote that if we do actually, if the grant is approved for us, that we will make every effort to match the 20% that's required for the money that we've been requesting.
So both trustee Kazam and trustee Weisenberg have been putting a lot of time and effort on this. I appreciate that. Mr. Brown, I see you in the audience. Do you have anything you want to add to this that you're... You also have been spending a lot of time. Then I'll come back to you, trustee Weisenberg. I'm good.
For the clerk and the record keeping, last name Brown, first name Bruce, Paparazzi Restaurant, 37 years. You know, sitting here, I wasn't going to say anything. And when I was driving here tonight, pretty good with dates and memories, and I'm having a lapse. But I'm recalling it had to be 6 or 7 years ago, there was a meeting about the Rock Island Trail in this room. And I'm overstating it a little bit. You could almost call it the final battle. Armageddon. Are we going to have a trail or not? And what was before this village board is someone, a railroad guy, wanted to give you $250,000 trolley. Ding, ding, toot, toot. Run on the railroad tracks out to Junction City and to Grandview Drive. Ding, ding, toot, toot. Big attraction. Give it to you. What it was really about was throwing a shiv into the whole Rock Island Trail so that there would be a 2.2-mile gap, the Peoria Heights part, with the track still on it, and therefore no continuity for the Rock Island Trail. And there was a big meeting here, standing room only, packed. And when the vote came around, the village board had to decide whether to vote for a free gift, something for us right here, right now, oh boy, ding, ding, toot, toot. Or should we wait a little bit and vote for community? And I can tell you, I don't remember the exact date, but I do remember the vote. It was unanimous to vote for community. And I remember walking out here thinking, my gosh, isn't this great? They get it. And that's what I want to say tonight. Thank you for doing this resolution. It is non-binding. We don't know how we're going to come out. We do know that we're more conversant and able to move forward on this than we were 4 months ago, and we sure will be better than we are today 4 months from now. So it is an ongoing process. It's going forward. I want to come here tonight to thank this village board once again for getting it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. Any discussion or comments on this motion?
It's hard to follow Bruce. He said it so well.
All right. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Trustee Carter.
Aye.
Trustee Kazam.
Aye.
Trustee Gett.
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg.
Aye.
Trustee DeVore.
Aye.
Thank you all very much. Trustee Kazam, anything else under economic development?
Nothing now, thank you.
Okay. Administration, Trustee Gett, you have an action item also, the IVS resolution run on 1/1/2021. I'd ask for a motion to approve that.
I make a motion to approve the Illinois Valley Striders resolution run for New Year's Day 2021.
Second, please.
Second.
Go ahead, Jeff.
This is their second year doing this. They had, last year they did it, and, well, I lost the letter. What did it say here? They had 130 participants in last year's run, plus family came. They're looking to do it again. They have all the insurance and stuff taken care of, and they are doing the CDC distancing guidelines, and if there's more than 45 participants, They will be doing it in waves. I think this is a great program, and I don't see any problem with granting them that to do it. They're going to start up here and run down the bottom of Grandview and come back. So I think it's a great thing. If anybody else want to chime in on this.
Thank you. Sir, are you with this group? You mind telling us a little bit about your event, please?
Yes.
If you come up to the microphone, then we have a lot of people that watch at home, so it's videotaped and they'll be able to hear you.
Roland Savoy, 1915 North Prospect. Yes, last year we had 130 participants, came from across Illinois and 8 different states. It was family, children, babies, everything. It was a good draw for people who wanted to do something after New Year's with their family. We are modeling it off of other races that were successfully run during COVID, keeping everything within, outside of 6 feet of everything. We are doing waves. We'll have hand sanitation in case of that. Everything is going to be packaged. There's not going to be any open things. We'll have packaged cookies, small water bottles. And last year, again, it was very well received. And of course, with COVID, I'm sure it won't be as large, but we would like to keep it continuous. And maybe next year it would bounce back to 150 even.
Thank you. Any questions? Good luck with your event.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Carter?
Aye.
Trustee Kazam?
Aye.
Trustee Gett?
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg?
Aye.
Trustee DeVore?
Aye.
Thank you. That passes. Anything else under administration?
I don't have anything, Chief.
Thank you both. On to other. Trustee Weisenberg, discussion of a Peoria Heights Fire Department cadet program. Go right ahead.
Sure, thanks, Mayor. Chief Walters and the Peoria Heights Fire Department have been hard at work putting together a cadet program to foster and strengthen the volunteer fire department. I believe Chief Walters has a quick overview and some handouts if we've already gotten them.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
This is Lieutenant Kevin Lowry, who's handing out these program overview of program of our cadet program. He's part of the oversight committee for this. The program itself was created by Assistant Chief Rusty Weber, and we have another committee who read this. These are draft copies in this packet here, and I don't ask, obviously, not going to ask for anything tonight because you haven't had the opportunity to read it. But in this packet, you have a draft letter that goes to the prospective fire cadets and their families. We have a draft fire department SOG regarding this standard operating guideline for creating the fire cadet program. It's a draft cadet program application form and a draft parental consent form. This is all information that I would love for you people to read through and comment if need be. I'm looking for both sides of the fence here. It's good, it's not so good. We also want to make sure that a copy of this, and I think we have extra, maybe we don't, at this point to give to legal. I would like for them to read through that as well. The one and only concern we have on this would be with cadets if it's approved. We have cadets here, they're going to be doing hands-on training under guidelines and under supervision, but the potential of injury is there. I just want to ensure that they are protected, and that would probably be through, I don't know if that's workman's comp or liability insurance or whatever. So that's something I think that needs to be discussed at some point. What can the village do to protect these young men and women if this program gets off the ground? The way we're planning on doing this is, obviously, we're giving you the packet tonight to kind of digest what it is we're looking for. We seek approval from the village board the village board approves, the next step would be to go to District 325 School Board and announce it to them as well and give them, and elicit feedback from them. And if we get approval from them, which we're hoping for, then the next step would be go to the principal and the guidance counselor and explain the whole program to them and get them on board. Once we do this, obviously we're addressing Peoria Heights High School, but we also have students that go to Peoria Christian and to Peoria Notre Dame. We're going to go to Peoria Heights High School first. Probably a larger crowd for us to choose from, and then we will go to the other ones, kind of using this as the first step. And then requirements, obviously, they have to be 16 years of age, parental approval. There are guidelines what they can, what they cannot do. We're very particular about that. We're worried about their safety. And this is all information that will be discussed with the potential cadet, with the parent, with the school board, with you folks, and also with the family members. So that's where we're at right now. My guys did a real good job creating this. They've talked back and forth about it. They've talked with me about it, and this is not the final draft. It's the draft that I would like for you to use and make your suggestions for any changes. Any questions at this point on that?
Oh, thank you for bringing this to us. I think it's a terrific program and concept. I'm just glancing through the pages. I may have some additional questions. I want to let other board members make comments. So right now, any comments?
Sure. So does Peoria have a cadet program?
No, they don't. Well, they did at one point.
Okay, that's what I was looking.
They did at one point.
Okay.
It was far more advanced than this because they were able to attach money to it. And what I mean by that, the cadets were not getting paid, but they were being sent, or they were getting their college paid for through ICC.
Right.
And they had a different age group. Theirs was, I think, 18 to 21, I do believe.
Now, do you know, do a lot of small towns have these type of programs in their schools? Do you know of any?
Let's see. Do you know of any, guys? Princeville? Yeah, Princeville's got a that one's been around a long time. It's very successful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, West Peoria's got one.
I figured West Peoria.
Yeah.
Does Bartonville?
I don't know if Bartonville does or not, frankly.
I think it's a great idea.
I mean, basically what this will do, for those that have, especially the young students that have thought about this, or more importantly, have not thought of this as becoming a firefighter at EMT, this might pique their interest and get them to not only become a public servant, but also to be able to understand what they need to do for their communities as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, this has implications beyond the fire department, you know, getting them interested in community service.
Well, certainly.
And part of the community, I mean, that's a win-win.
And not all cadets go on into the fire service,
Right.
you know, but what they learn is very valuable.
Right.
They may want to just stay with the EMS side, which is great. And an additional thing, I have to ask these guys, I'm sorry to turn my back to you. The age to be an EMT, is it 16? 16. Okay. So if we have a young student that's willing to and becomes an EMT, we can utilize them as an EMT just like our adult firefighters. Under certain guidelines, obviously. You know, they would have to be with, you know, with another EMT, some of that nature. But I would definitely suggest that to all of them to move towards that. So, any questions or concerns at this point? I know you haven't had a chance to read through all this and digest it all, but I do want to thank the guys that are here with me today. They're all part of this. They put a lot of time and effort into it.
Are you planning on, when you're with the high school, like going there and like addressing them at an assembly to try to get them interested, or are you just counting on the teachers to?
It's been a long time since I was in high school. I know when I went to an assembly, it was Charlie Brown. Wah, wah, wah.
Okay.
I was more interested. So I'm thinking more of a survey, so to speak, going again. I'll elicit that information from the high school principal and the counselors, what might work better for their school. If there's a more direct approach where they can send the word out, anybody's interested, please show up to this room, and we'll be there to discuss with them the whole process. Now, I have an assistant chief who's in charge of this, and he'll run this, and that's Rusty Weber. If you've ever met Rusty, he's great with kids, young adults, and ideal person for them to talk to. Well, of course, I'll be there as well, but we have one person who will continually take care of this.
Well,
Did that answer your question?
Some of the students do remote learning, so you're not going to have them all at the school. You'll have to,
And that's fine. We can set that up however it needs to be done.
yeah, you have to work with the administration there to figure out
Oh,
how
yeah.
to do that,
Yeah.
include them, reach out to them, don't leave them out. So, but I think it's a great thing. I think it's what you need.
They might revitalize volunteerism in Peoria Heights, too. You never know. Well,
Certainly.
unless we try it.
Can't help, can't hurt.
No, it cannot hurt.
I think it's great.
I have a question. I think it's a great idea, and I hope it's successful. I'm really curious of what liability we have on underage. Don't we have liability for you guys, for volunteers also?
We're workman's comp. Since we respond to incidents, it's workman's comp. I don't know if I don't know the
Yeah.
insurance end of this, whether it would be covered under workman's comp because they're a cadet and they've been approved by the village, or whether it would be a liability thing that we'd have to work through an independent insurance company or another insurance company. That I don't know.
So,
I would imagine you'd be under the same coverage, but I'd have to do some research.
Yeah, I would think so too. I don't know if there's an age limit on, and honestly, I have been asked why we don't go younger. Why don't we start at 14? Child labor laws.
yeah.
Child labor laws prohibits us because of the training that we do, the hands-on that they have to do. Child labor laws would prohibit us from doing a lot of that. I had that experience when I ran the Explorer post for Peoria. The ones that were below the age of 16 could just stand and watch. Well, they lose interest if they can't get in there and do what they got to do, so. Yeah, they can't touch hydraulic tools or anything of that nature, which is a big part of what we do.
Chief, do you have a number in mind that it's going to take to fund this?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. I'm hoping at this particular point, I don't think there's going to be much overhead because of the fire gear that we still have. It's older gear. They're not going to be in an IDLH atmosphere, immediately dangerous to life and hazard atmosphere, so they can use the older fire gear for training because we're not going to put them in a live fire. So we're not, NIOSH or OSHA will not have any concerns about that. Same way with the helmets and stuff. So I think we have what we need at this point. I know the last time we did the survey, we had plenty.
Okay. Well, this is on for discussion.
Right.
We can't take action.
No, I know that.
But, I'm looking for a consensus to direct Chief Walters to move forward with this. Is everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Proceed,
good.
sir. Then good luck, and let us know what you need from us. Keep us updated, too.
Okay, thank you. And the only thing I would like is some kind of communication, whether it's from me or from Dustin or whoever with legal to see what we have to do or what needs to be done to make sure that when these kids show up and they're training or they're going on a ride along or something like that, that they're protected in case of an incident.
Sure, I think once this document's fine-tuned, I know you gave to the board to go.
Oh, I'd love for them to, yeah.
Once they go through it and we get a finalized copy, I think that, of course, we'll run it through legal to see if,
Sure.
what comments or suggestions they have, so.
Yeah.
How would you prefer the feedback on this? Do you want us to send it to you, or we have it, talk about it in a meeting? Do you want to?
That's entirely up to you folks.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to call me, you know how I am with that. You can call me anytime, but if you prefer to do it in this setting, I'm perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
I have one more item. Just to let you know, the fire department will be handing out candy for Halloween. And it will be, one of our engine bays will be open. We'll have the apparatus out, but it will be set up to protect COVID-19. Everybody will have masks on, there'll be gloves. The kids will not be allowed to touch the candy. It's going to be the firefighters that are going to do that. So the hours of operation are still to be decided at this point. But it'll be as the kids are going. I'm going to give them a place to stop because I know it's going to be slim pickings this year for them.
And we'll put that on our website?
I was just
I'd love that. Thank you.
Post that on your Facebook too. So
Oh, well, yeah, it'll be on there. Okay?
Thank you, Chief.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we would be at miscellaneous. Any miscellaneous business?
I have one. I
Yes,
just
go
want to
ahead.
remind the folks that the leaves are falling. Please do not blow them in the streets. They do not belong in the streets. Either put them in the bag or burn them. Either one, pick one.
And don't
Doesn't
burn them
matter.
on the streets.
Don't burn them on the streets,
Or if they're
yes.
We're not going to get into
Or
burning
they're
tonight.
wet.
but-
When they're wet, yeah.
Thank you, trustee Carter. Anyone else?
Yeah, one thing, Dave, I see the equipment was down there at the well house. Have they discovered anything yet, or?
Yeah, they started, he's referring to well 12, which was approved last week. They started work today. They pulled the motor and pulled the shaft. They're going to camera the well, which means they're going to stick a camera down 150 foot and try to see what the issue is. So I hope to have a report. It'll take a week or so for them to get back to me with they'll give me a full report, but I hope to have that next meeting, hopefully. So.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Any other miscellaneous? Trustee Gett,
I move to adjourn.
we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor of the motion to adjourn signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thanks all. And no meeting next week due to elections.